Hello, thank you for opening my video. It's about juicy fields. If you don't know what is it, you are lucky. If you lost money on it, this video is for you. I ask you to go to the police and file a complaint because this is our only chance to get our money back. Maybe with an international police investigation we have a chance. First of all, my name is Christian. I'm a victim of this crime too. I'm a loser at the moment. I need your help to get back our investment, our money. We need each other. We should all file a police complaint. I will tell you what I could collect about juicy fields. I try to be short. I talk about police investigations, juicy newsletters, and a little bit of mathematics, numbers about this business. I talk about juicy fields Telegram groups. I think that they are all infiltrated by juicy agents and scammers who propose us new scams. Since I am in these groups, I receive direct messages on Telegram and WhatsApp, so an advice, hide your phone number on Telegram. As on the German Telegram page they talk about the tax, I will tell my thoughts about it. I will talk about ISX Bank in Cyprus and Revolut Bank. I will talk about the police complaint, how can you do it. I will talk about a similar case in Italy in which there is a big international investigation at the moment. Let's start it. Juicy Field was an investment. It started 3 years ago. You could open an account with your name and address and you could buy medical cannabis. It was a little bit scary at the beginning, but they told us this is medical cannabis, what we are doing is legal. We buy the plants, they plant them, they harvest, they dry them, and they sell them to pharmaceutical companies. In 108 days, we will have our money back. I think all of us bought the juicy flesh plant for 50 euro, and we could have between 68 and 83 euros of profit. Before, I never made any business on the internet, not Bitcoin or anything else. I would never find this one, but one of my friends who I respect, a clever, intelligent and successful man, told me that this business is 200% sure. I tried it with a big amount. In 4 months it was really paid, so after I put in a really big amount, tens of thousands of euros. I'm ashamed to say how much I lost with this shit. In July we received an email. Without explanation they started a strike. A few days later, we were not able to log into our accounts, access was denied, and the rest is history. We could read articles in journals, they were all the same, we were scammed, it was a Ponzi, a pyramid game, our money is lost. In Germany, the public prosecutor gave a communication that the German state criminal police seized documents and money. In 4 companies, 4 times 2.5 million euros was seized. In November, they changed the web page. It was written, your account has been suspended due to BaFin activity, and after a few days we could log into our accounts. The web page started to work slowly. Maybe 2 weeks later we could have our grower statement. I was very happy with that because I had a proof given by them that I sent them a lot of money and I had a clear number how much they owe me. Here they say that they are following the investigation and the search for the culprits, but they don't believe in returning money to the accounts of Juicy Fields companies. For me, they accept too easy to lose hundreds of millions of euro. They say, unfortunately, there is also a sad note. We still do not have access to frozen funds in Cyprus, 4.5 million euros. There are hundreds of millions missing, so anyway, they can't cover it with 4.5 million euros. They say Graf stole our money, but they will do the original concept and Willy has a project in Denmark. They don't want to earn time, they want to have the investigation, unfreeze the money, and they search for volunteers to work with them. Let's see the plan. Willem put in 5.5 million euros, they will have 5 harvests, and they will start to refund us in October 2023. We can read in the text too the 5.5 million euros. I have a question. If they can do it in 1.5 years, if they can multiply 5 million euros to have hundreds of millions, why did they need investors? In this case, in the next 1.5 years, they could multiply again the hundreds of millions by 20. They could have billions of euros, so definitely they would not need us. After they say refund processes have been suspended since November, but they refunded 52 persons for 250,000 euros. I will talk about this later. This video I could not understand. The sound was distorted. I was so angry to see drug-smoking men in anonymous masks that I could not even watch it. This business started as a legal business about medical cannabis. Now it changed to smoking drug. They think is it funny or what was their intention? For me, it was an insult. They said they will never pay us back and we can do nothing about this. If you understood anything, don't hesitate to tell me. My friend put a lot of money in Juicy too. He advised me to ask information from the German police. Not to do a complaint, just an enquiry. I don't speak German, so a friend of mine translated it, and I sent an email to the Bundespolizei in Germany. I sent it in German, English and Hungarian, and I asked for information and if they can answer me in English. They did. They advised me to file a complaint at the local police in Hungary. The national authorities will seize the relevant documents and submit to the German police via the international channels. I put this letter to the German Juicy Fields Telegram group, and some guy wrote there that it's fake. If someone thinks that it's fake, it means that he knows for sure that he is so stupid that he can't write the same letter to the German police or to any police. If someone can't believe, he should just write a letter to the police. They even asked why the German police answered me in English. Because I asked them politely, and if you ask a German if he speaks English, yes he does, maybe better than you. So the German police advised me to make a complaint in my country. So I was happy that we had access to our Juicy Fields account, but I could not be happy for a long time. There was this news. It said, no surprise, but Juicy Holdings BV filed bankruptcy. Believe me, I was surprised. You can imagine Christmas and New Year's was not really happy for me. I read the infos on the Juicy Fields English Telegram group. Let's start. Juicy DAO is a decentralized organization. There is no central authority. It's funded with crypto, it's transparent and has blockchain basis. Everyone is happy. They reinvented communism. After. The emergency team are making all efforts, harvests, to start a refund process in October 2023. Very good. But they say the emergency team left the BV case behind. The authorities are taking care of it. They will build a new stage hand in hand with us. So it's really funny. They just lost 500 millions of euros and they say they have nothing to do with that, but we should trust them and build a future hand in hand together. They say the SVF have their own guidelines. There is no reason to be involved for them. They focus on themselves. The company that hopefully will do the refunds in Netherlands called SFV and not SVF. They don't even know their names. And they say the form is a help that they make available to us. It is independent and does not prevent you from registering our case for a future refund at refund@juicyholdings.com. Someone asked, is there any possibility that you will work together with the authorities to get the funds back earlier? Juicy Fields answer, we have no influence on court cases against BV. Talk to your lawyer or local authority. If you lost a lot of money, you don't have money to spend in a Dutch lawyer, I think. I don't have. And again, send a reminder to refund@juicyholdings.com. Something important here. We will not work with SEPA. SEPA is the European bank transfer system. And additional thanks to BaFin, we cannot work through bank accounts. If you lost 500 million euros, don't be surprised if you can't open a bank account in any decent country. After that, I wrote a letter to the Dutch police in Netherlands. They don't have an email address. You have to complete the form on the website. I did it. I received the message that it was recorded, and soon I received the answer too. Dear Christian, thank you for bringing this matter to our attention. But this is not a matter for the police. You can talk to your lawyer. Thank you, Dutch police. It was very useful. Apparently, Juicy did well to move to Netherlands. The police put a link in the answer. They put the same link which you can find on the Juicy page in the blue circle. And if you click in the red circle to request your refund, you will arrive on the same page as in the red circle on the Juicy page. Here we are, SFV Online. They asked my name, address and bank account. Some people say they don't give these informations because they can scam us again. As they already knew this data about me, I filled out the page. I received the confirmation and the new link. I arrived to a page where I wrote the amounts and the next phrase. I would like to be refunded. I don't understand which mark I should check. Please understand my demand. Check the letters CMS. It will be important later. So CMS and SFV has a connection. It was January and I had enough of waiting, so I went to the Budapest Police Headquarters, Anti-Economic Crime Department and made a complaint. It's not a problem if you don't understand these texts. All the police are similar, you should do the same thing in your country. Let's check this phrase, it's important. During criminal proceedings, the victim's civil rights claims can be asserted at the court stage or by other legal means. As I said, I'm not a lawyer, but let's learn a little bit. Penal Code, a code of laws concerning crimes and offenses and their punishments, penal action, criminal proceedings, criminal prosecution. Civil Code, codification of private law relating to property, family, and obligations. Civil action, civil suit. Stealing our money was a crime. If we want it back, we have to open a civil action. With the penal action, we can open our civil action. This is the good part in the police complaint. Every single action that you will start with a lawyer should start with the police complaint, because with the police complaint your demand is recorded, dated, it's official. Watch the red line. I wish to enforce my civil right claim for X forint Hungarian, euro or any kind of money in your country. In the blue lines, the police says, I would like to inform you that you can ask for a seizing to ask your civil rights claim. The seizing suspends the rights to dispose of the property and the rights of the property. It means that if they find the thieves, their bank accounts, their houses, their cars, their private jets, their castles, everything can be seized, and hopefully we can be paid from that. The law is different in every country, but generally there is a limitation period for every crimes. It means that the crimes penalty can expire, for example, in 5 years. If an investigation is open, the counting of the time limit is stopped. It can't expire. A police complaint is a dated official document. File a complaint and your claim will be documented. You can use it later in any court for insurance, tax, etc. Here is a message from the German Telegram group, translated to Hungarian. You don't have to understand. Charlottenburg is the name of the town. Juicy GmbH filed a bankruptcy. The office is in Amsterdam, Netherlands. Here is the name of the lawyer who posted it. So the story is complete. The Juicy Holdings BV filed bankruptcy in Netherlands, and the Juicy Grow GmbH filed bankruptcy in Germany. The CMS and the SFV are on the same web page, as you could see. Let's see who is Juicy Fields. We, the Italian, Russian, Colombian crew. When I first read it, I thought that it was a bad joke. Let's play a game. After each of them, we put the word mafia. Italian mafia. We know the film Godfather. Russian mafia. In half of the Hollywood films, the bad guys are Russians. And Colombian mafia, they are about drugs. So, let's check the grower statements from the 16th of December. We can read Johnson Grow APS. Just 5 days later, 21st of December, Juicy Fields DAO. 2 days later, 23rd December, Juicy Holdings BV. Who are these guys? Do they know who are they? Johnson Grow, Juicy Fields DAO, Juicy Holdings BV. It looks like an escape plan. Team: Italian, Russian, Colombian. Juicy Fields GmbH, Germany. ISX Bank, Cyprus. Revolut Bank, British, Lithuanian. Juicy Holdings BV, Netherlands. Juicy Fields DAO, Denmark. Plantation, South America, South Africa. Who are these guys? There is too much nationality here. It's good to work in an international team, I did it, but this is just to create confusion, to remove the traces. I don't know who were the old Juicy, they never presented themselves. I don't know who are the new Juicy, they never presented themselves either. But they use the same Juicy Fields name. They use the same domain name. They have the passwords, the code to the same website. They have the whole database. Our names, emails, accounts, addresses. It's a very big quantity of data. They use the same design, same cannabis product. Clearly they have a connection. Juicy Grow GmbH, Juicy Holdings BV, Juicy Fields DAO is the same team. Juicy Fields DAO is the legal successors with all the debts included. It means if the old Juicy had 500 million euro of debt, the new Juicy has 500 million euro of debt. A message from February. Our team currently consists of 11 volunteers, 4 members of the emergency recovery team, and 4 seed members. I think that the 4 seed members are the original team members, and there is 15 more persons. They are 19 to manage 100,000 accounts. It's not enough. They have more than 500,000 users. The database has grown by 8,000 members, and 2,000 new plants were bought. It's nothing. They can't earn hundreds of millions with that. A few people just want to check if the website still works, if they would receive messages, and if they have a harvest of their one and only plant that they bought, like a test. Let's do a little bit of mathematics. They say that they had 500,000 members, but I heard that only 100,000 really bought plants. It was 1,000 plants, the maximum for one person. I have no data. Let's just imagine that in average everyone had 100 plants. It means, for example, if someone had 1000 plants, 50,000 euro, there were 9 other members with only 1 plant. I think it can be a good estimation. In this case, there was 500 million euro invested. 500 million, it's a lot. That means 10 million cannabis plants, 10 million. Let me help you to imagine how much is that. I never cultivated cannabis, but we had tomato in our garden when I was a kid. Let's say in 1 square meter you can put 9 tomatoes. Let's say 10 because it's easier to calculate. In this case, the 10 million cannabis plants needs 1 million square meter. How much is 1 million square meter? A football field is 100 meter long and 50 meter large. So it's 5,000 square meters. 1 million square meters is 200 football fields. It's a lot. You can put 200 football fields in a square of 1 kilometer times 1 kilometer. It's very big. In other way, 1 hectare is 100 meter times 100 meter. So 200 football fields is 100 hectares. A lot. If they show us a greenhouse with 3 persons, it's not enough. You can't have 100 hectare of greenhouse. They should show us drone recordings with an infinite fields. The drone should fly for minutes to show us. It should be something really big. How many buildings they needed to the drying process? How many gardeners? How many drivers? How many security personnel they needed? They said there were 52 persons refunded. If there was 500,000 members, 1% of that is 5,000 members. 52 members is 0.01% that was refunded. Not 1%, but 100 part of the 1%. Maybe you think 250,000 euro refunded is a lot. No, there is missing 500 millions. I wrote here 250 million just to see easily the difference. 250,000 is 1,000th part of this. 0.1% of the money was refunded. Not even 1%, 0.1%. The refund is just a nice lie. In a court, they can say to a judge that they refunded people, but it's nothing. I'm happy for this 50%, but there is still 100,000 who should be refunded. In August, the German police seized 5 million euros in ISX Bank and 10 million euros in Germany. There is 500 million missing. So 50 million against 500 million, it's sadly nothing. It's 3%. Juicy said that in February they sold 2,000 plants. It's 140,000 euros. 140,000 is not even 1 million euro. It's nothing. Let's talk about Willem's plan in South Africa. If they put in 5 million euros, it means 100,000 plants. Still nothing. 100,000 against 10 million that they had before. But my friend told me, Christian, 1 plant costs less than 1 euro. That's how they do the business. When you buy a plant for 50 euro, you buy 1 for yourself and 50 other for them. You think 50% profit is a lot? They earn much more than that. They pay us nothing. So if you think like this, with 5 million euro, they could buy 5 million plants. And it's a very good start. They can work with that. They can pay us back mostly in 5 harvests, if they want. But for that, we have to put a very big pressure on them. Let's check the new site. Before, there were just 4 plants. Now there is 12. So you could think it's a better catalog. Let's see how many days the plants need to be harvested. 108, 138, 153, 168. Every time the difference is 15 days from 108 until 288. You cannot have 12 variation of any plants with this mathematical difference. This is just a scam. The Skittles is the same as Juicy Flash was. Maybe, I say maybe or hopefully, that one plant is real. Let's see the new plant. The Juicy Flash costed 50 euro and it could give you between 68 and 83 euro of revenue, between 36 and 66% of profit. For me, it was between 44 and 50%. The new plant is 60 euro and it will give you 72. It means 20% of profit, not even the half of the original 50%. It means that they cannot keep their promise. Maybe they could say, yes, we have to refund you, that's why the profit is less, but they can't refund us with 2000 plants, and no one will buy again 10 million plants. Mathematically, William's plan could work if it was real, but now it's hard to believe anything for them. Let's talk about the timing. When I transferred the money in February, I saw that their account number changed, and their names too, GmbH to Juicy BV. The bank stayed the same, ISX Bank in Cyprus. On the 14th July, the website crashed, and in November, they filed the bankruptcy. Look at the blue color. They waited 4 months, that way they could do all the imaginary harvests and finish all our pending businesses. We have our stoned balance. We could have our grower statement closed. I don't know why is it good for them, but this should be the reason to wait 4 months. It was not a hazard, it was planned. What plan could they have to scam us, almost legally? As you can see, the last paid investment was on 15th March. It finished at the beginning of July, and we could pay it out with our last investments. Imagine, if someone had 1 million euro, he could take 20 homeless persons, ask for their ID card, opening 20 bank accounts with 50,000 euro each. In 4 months, they could have 40% profit, and all these accounts would be paid out legally without any connection between them. They just had to know one thing. There were just one rule. Don't put money in after the 15th March. The police should check accounts with 50,000 or more invested, but no new investments after March, and they should search the connection between them. Everyone asks, what is stoned balance? This is our theoretic gain, this is your dream, my dream. What is refund amount? This is our real loss. Everything we paid in minus everything paid back by Juicy. Let's talk about tax. My bank in Hungary, MKB Bank, asked me why am I transferring thousands of euros to Cyprus. As I didn't give an explanation, they wrote me, the bank terminates all bank accounts with 2 months notice. Another bank, the SIB Bank, closed my mother's and father's accounts. The same thing. Our bank is terminating the agreement for the management of the following bank accounts with 2 months notice. Why am I saying this? If the police wants to find you, they can. If they write letters to 100 European banks, they will have all our names. They already received all the transactions from the ISX Bank in Cyprus. They have all our names. In the German Telegram group, people said that they have to pay tax for the paid investments. I don't think so. As I'm said, I'm not an international accountant. I just have my common sense. Let's see the pink columns. If you paid in 50,000 and you were paid back 36,000, you are at minus 14,000 euro. How should you pay tax if you are losing money and tax is done for 1 year? In 2022, you lost 14,000. In yellow, they pay you back the same 36,000, but Juicy says 12,000 were profit. So you could pay tax after the 12,000 profit. Let's change it a little bit. If Juicy would say that they only pay you 3 transactions, so for every 4,000 euro, they gave you back 12,000. You would have the same 36,000 in total received, but with 24,000 of profits. So you should pay tax after 24,000 of profit. Who decides if you should pay tax after the minus 14,000, after the plus 12,000, or after the plus 24,000? The people who stole your money will decide how much was your profit, but at the end, you are still losing money. They should prove that it was a legal business, because you cannot pay tax on a criminal activity. And the only way to prove that it was a legal business is to pay me back all my money and even more. This is just common sense. And until the police investigation is not finished, you can't pay tax, I think. I think that these messages on the German group comes from Juicy Fields agents. I'm sure that all the channels are infiltrated by them, because you cannot steal that large amount of money alone. They have to have a very big team. They are making us afraid to not to go to the police. But anyway, the tax can find us. If they decide that we have to pay, we don't have a choice. So anyway, I went to the police and I made the complaint. Let's see the refund. I understand nothing. I don't know what are their intentions. Let's say you had a stoned balance 60,000 and you have a refund amount 40,000. The Juicy GmbH can say that they were not in charge after February 2022, so they pay nothing. Juicy Holdings BV can say that they don't have money. For example, they only pay 10% of the refund amount, 4,000 euro. Or Juicy Holdings BV pays the refund amount, 40,000 euro. Or Juicy DAO will pay 20,000 to complete the discount balance. Or Juicy DAO will pay 60,000. Or we will be refunded by SFV 40,000 and maybe we will have 60,000 from DAO. No, it was just a joke. So there is no real communication. What are their intentions? Let's talk about Revolut. I had no Revolut account before Juicy. I opened it just for this. I opened one for my mother too. For my father, we could not open because apparently his mobile phone couldn't take good pictures. We received the message that his account was inactivated. It was not even opened in reality. I wrote them 2 messages. They answered, they can't help us, no explanation, we can't open an account. I would say, okay, if they have security, is very good. When the Juicy website broke down, people wrote to Revolut to return their last transfer. They received, we cannot proceed with the recovery of funds as the situation does not look like a typical scam, but more of a civil buyer-seller dispute. So they know how should a scam look? I think if someone loses 500 million euros of the investor's money, it looks like a scam. It's not a little accident, not a dispute. Let's put it in reserve. I searched the ISX Bank in Cyprus. If you write in Google Register of Credit Institute Cyprus, you will be surprised, but it won't be on the list. If you open the ISX homepage, it's not written, hello, we are the ISX Bank. It says Cypriot headquarters company with over 10,000 shareholders. I don't even know what does it mean. But they have fraud protection and management. I don't know if I should smile or cry because they lost 500 million euros. Apparently the fraud protection not really worked, or to be precise, maybe it worked exactly as it was previewed by Juicy. When I made my complaint at the police in Hungary, the police officer, a lady, pointed out that my payback came from a Revolut account. So, we sent the money to ISX in Cyprus, but we received the money from Revolut in England or Lithuania. So if Revolut could not check my father because the picture was not clear, how did they check Juicy Fields? How Juicy Fields explained hundreds of millions of euro from 100,000 clients all over the world to ISX or to Revolut. There is about 500 million euros missing. It's not like losing your keys. That much money can't be lost. It's still somewhere, but it was stolen. It's not a small misunderstanding, it's a crime. At least 100 persons committed this crime. A few bosses who had the idea. Politicians, lawyers, bankers, IT specialists, partners in crime, accomplices. Without ISX Bank and Revolut Bank, we could not send and receive the money. The scam couldn't work. Banks took their charges, their share. How did they check Juicy Fields? ISX Bank and Revolut Bank are partners in crime. And the other banks who just simply closed our accounts, they knew that something is not okay. I'm sure that ISX Bank in Cyprus is red flagged everywhere. They should tell us that something is wrong. All the banks had their responsibility, and if we are talking about banks and responsibility, I should mention a Swedish lawyer, Lars. He said that he wants to attack the banks to refund us, and I think that somewhere he is right. ISX and Revolut Bank are partners in crime in this scam. Now let me talk about a similar case in Italy. The name is NFT, New Financial Technology. A friend of mine put in a lot of money. His childhood friend bring him into this business. They said they will give him 10% of his money invested in every month. They crashed 2 weeks after Juicy. My friend made a police complaint and he was told that he will never see his money again. A few months passed and the police found out that there was 6,000 victims from many countries, from Europe to Dubai. A film passed in the Italian TV about it. The journal wrote the scammers' names and their hometowns. The Italian police opened the biggest international investigation in his history. My friend was called to the police again. The officer told him, the investigation was taken out from our hand to a higher level. Now, the goal is not to put the persons in prison because we already know who they are. I don't say that you will have your money back, but now the goal is to find the money. So it's a good start for them. If they can do it in Italy, I hope that the Interpol can do it with Juicy Fields too. I read somewhere that there is 2,000 police complaints, but we are 100,000 victims. It's not the same thing sinking in the same boat and go down to the bottom of the sea, or rowing together in the boat and arrive to our destination. We cannot wait that 100,000 persons will be saved with 2,000 complaints. We have to go all to the police and open 50,000 or 100,000 police complaints. If you don't want to go personally to the police, you can do your complaint on the internet or in a letter. What should you write in your complaint? Personal data: name, ID number, address, postal address, email, phone number. When? How did you know Juicy? Someone brought you in this investment? Were there any invitation link? If yes, write it exactly as it was. In a few lines, what did you know about Juicy? You managed the transactions, someone helped you, or you helped someone. Your login email, from when until when it longed. From which bank account you send the money to which bank account. Don't forget, they changed from Juicy Grow GmbH to Juicy Holdings BV about on the 10th of February. When did you receive payback? From which bank account? Did you have inside purchase? It doesn't change the balance, just the delays. When did you realize that it doesn't work anymore? What do you know since? Did you fill out SFA online? Did you write to refund at Juicy? Did they answer you? What is your loss? It's all paid in minus all paid back. Join account statements about all your transactions. I made an Excel table as I had many. If you write all this in your complaint, maybe they won't even call you personally to the police. Since a few months we see pictures of the graphs that they are the bad guys. I don't know, maybe, but I'm sure that two guys could not do it alone. We are facing corrupt politicians, bankers, lawyers, judges, policemen. There is very little media coverage about Juicy Fields crime. About every little things you can have news on the radio, in the journals, in the TV, but not this one. 500 million or more stolen and nothing, no news about this. On how high level they have partners in crime. Our only chance is 50,000 police complaints. To find honest politicians, judges and policemen. If you do nothing, nothing will happen, you lose all your money. So please go to the police and file a complaint for yourself, for me, for all of us. And for that it could not happen again in the future with someone else. We can see that it's easier to steal hundreds of millions than to steal some food in a shop. We saw FTX, Luna and I don't know what, where people lose their hard-earned money. Become insensitive to this, but we should not be. I think that the world needs laws that can prevent this kind of scams and can punish the thieves with hundreds of years. I think that the punishment for stealing 100 million euros should be 100 years, as we can see in the American movies. White-collar criminals can steal our hard-earned money without any punishment. If you want to change it, go to the police. Maybe we can change the world. It has to start somehow. Let's make an example. I have the bad feeling that it can take years to have our money back. I made a comment on the Juicy Fields English Telegram group that we have to go to the police. I was banned from the group, so I created a Telegram channel. JuicyF.I don't give up. Come and join. Maybe we will be just 100 or 200, but if we really help each other, it's good. Probably I will make more videos. If you subscribe here on my profile, you can find them easily. As we have no statistic, I would like to do a small one. In the comments, I will write, I am from Hungary, I am a victim. And the second one, I am from Hungary and I made a police complaint. Please write the same two comments with your country. If the lines are already written with your country, put a like. That way, we will have some ideas, how many victims and how many police complaints we have. It can give us hope to know that we are not alone fighting. Thank you for watching this video. Go to the police and good luck for all of us. Keep in touch. Goodbye.